Why are more Australians expecting more money?
Look, Annalise, people are just so financially cash-strapped at the moment. There's a couple of things that are going in their favour in terms of getting more tax back this year. That is that many people have taken a tax hit, so their taxable income will be less, and they may be their tax rate may be charged to them as if they were earning a full income all year. And also, we've got lots of people also eligible for the up to $1,080 tax offset, so the low and middle income tax offset, which could also see more income flow into the pockets of 10 million Australians. So there's a couple of things working in their favour that may see them with more money back in their hands.
What kind of things should people be looking out for when they're filing their tax returns to make sure they are getting the best return possible?
Look, the best thing I can say to people is make sure that you are honest when you're filling out your tax return, that ATO are on high alert. You know, already this year they've told me they've had many people claiming way and above the working from home rule, which is the 80 cent per hour charge that people can actually access. So the rules are, you know, make sure the tax things that you are claiming as deductions are things that you've actually spent the money on. They are, you know, incurred for work, and you actually have proof for them. Now, Annalise, just before I came on air, ATO sent me fresh stats, and we've now had over 2 million people lodge their tax returns, which has just come in now. So people are in a mad rush. This is a record so far. They are eager than ever to get money back.
You can just tell it is such a rush this year, more than any other. You keep a close eye on the personal finance world. What is the number one thing people are concerned about at the moment?
Well, obviously, it's the future of their income and job security, Annalise. I mean, we've got over 3.5 million Australians on JobKeeper. We saw the unemployment rate climb yesterday. But look, the unemployment rate in the 7% range is totally flawed. It does not include people who are on JobKeeper. And because we have millions of people who are on JobKeeper, regardless of whether they're working any hours or not, they're still deemed as employed. So Australia is facing a very real prospect of 20% unemployment. So job security is critical. Unless you are in a government paid position, if you're in the private sector, in nearly every industry, your job is at risk. And that is the biggest concern for people out there.
And we know Labor's been pursuing pretty heavily, or strongly, I should say, this early access to superannuation scheme. The government says it's helped a lot of people get through very tough times. What are your concerns that you're hearing about this early access to super?
Well, look, latest results show that access to super has been completed by 2.5 million Australians. They've withdrawn $30 billion. Now, my view on this, Annalise, is that is their money. They are entitled to up to $20,000 tax-free if they're eligible. And to be eligible, you have to have been made redundant or suffered a job income hit of at least 20%. So at the end of the day, this is the people's money. If they want to access it and they need it, we are in times of crisis, they should be entitled to that. Now, the opposition is obviously very against this. You know, industry super funds are backed by the unions. They don't like the idea of this. But I would say to them, this is their money, and also these funds have got a lot to answer for. They charge, in some instances, very high fees, and the returns are quite poor. So if people need that money right now, they should well be able to access it.
It is tough times for so many. We're all keeping a close eye on this update next Thursday when we're going to find out the future of JobSeeker and JobKeeper. But in the meantime, it's great to chat. Sophie Elsworth, thank you so much.